The happy side of cruising. 11 cruise tips that'll make you love cruising again. So, here's the thing. Most cruise tip videos, including a lot of mine, let's be honest, sound like they're prepping you for battle. This is banned. That got restricted. New rule dropped. Say goodbye to fun. It's like, am I going on holiday or sneaking across a border? But today, I'm flipping the script. Because yes, cruise lines are getting stricter, and sure, I'll still warn you when they ban pineapple shirts or breathing too loudly on deck. But cruising is still one of the best things you can do with your clothes on. And sometimes, we forget that. So in this video, I'm sharing 11 happy, feel-good cruise tips that'll remind you why cruising is worth all the silly rules and price hikes. No doom, no gloom, just joy, sea breezes, soft serve, and towel animals judging your life choices. Let's get into it. Tip 1. Find your secret spot on board early. Forget unpacking, forget the welcome drink, forget the lifeboat drill. Wait, actually, no, don't forget that. They still make you go. But once all that's done, go on a personal mission. Your first real job on a cruise is to find your secret spot. Not just a spot, your spot. Every ship has them. Quiet corners, little hidden loungers, an overlooked chair in the solarium that somehow always stays in the shade. Some of them are behind staircases, in the oddly peaceful part of Deck 5, or next to a suspiciously decorative fake plant that you start referring to as Barry. Now here's the trick. Find it early, before other people get territorial. Before Cheryl from Ohio sets up her book, sunscreen, drink, backup drink, and crocheting project and suddenly acts like she owns the entire section of deck. Once you've claimed it, it becomes your happy place. Your refuge when the pool is full of screaming children. Your nap zone when you accidentally miss that group excursion. Your escape when your travel buddy won't stop talking about how much they love the roast beef carving station. We get it, Carol. And if someone else finds it and sits there, don't panic. Just silently judge them from 3 chairs down until they feel uncomfortable enough to leave. Tip 2. Join a cruise Facebook group before you sail, then spot your people in real life. Okay, hear me out. I know cruise Facebook groups can be a wild ride. You've got people panicking about whether shorts are allowed in the buffet. They are. Someone asking if the ship has Wi-Fi every 4 hours. It does, and it's terrible. And about 700 countdown posts saying only 26 sleeps to go, with 9 cruise emojis and a selfie of their suitcase. But underneath all that chaos? Gold. Because these groups are where real cruisers connect before the cruise even begins. People organize meetups, cabin crawls, slot pulls, mixology classes, even gift exchanges where you leave little treats for each other in those hanging shoe organizers. It's a whole world. And it gives your upcoming cruise this pre-party energy that, honestly, makes everything more exciting. And then comes the fun part. You're finally on board, walking the deck, cocktail in hand, and bam! You recognize someone from the group. Maybe it's Doug who posted about packing 18 pairs of socks. Or Sherry, who color-coded her outfits and took a photo of each one on her hotel bed like a runway lineup. And you just know. You exchange the nod. Maybe even a, hey, are you from the group? It's weird. It's wholesome. It's like spotting a celebrity that only 47 people on the ship would recognize. Suddenly, you're not just some rando on a massive floating hotel. You're part of the crew behind the cruise. You have people. You have backup. You have a plan for the silent disco. And that makes the whole experience feel way more connected, even if you never actually speak to Doug and his socks again. Tip 3. Wake up early, just once, and watch the ship arrive. Look, I would never normally recommend willingly setting an alarm on a holiday. You paid good money to avoid responsibilities, pants, and anything that involves the word AM. But trust me on this. Wake up early just one time and go outside to watch the ship glide into port. There's something weirdly magical about it. The decks are still quiet. The sun is just creeping over the water. You might pass a crew member mopping in a zen-like trance. You can hear the water gently smacking the hull, the distant thud of anchor chains, and the muffled sound of someone in their cabin snoring through a buffet coma. It's peaceful. It's surreal. It's like your own private cruise documentary. Except instead of Attenborough narrating, it's you, standing there in a wrinkled t-shirt with hair shaped like a topographical map. Bring a coffee. Bring your phone if you must. But more importantly, bring your attention. Because that slow sail-in moment is what makes you feel like you're really somewhere different. And then, when the rest of the passengers are just waking up and yelling about room service eggs, you'll already be refreshed, smug, and emotionally evolved. For the rest of the day, you get to walk around thinking, yes, I did witness sunrise. Yes, I am better than you. Tip 4. Eat alone, on purpose. You know what's oddly underrated on a cruise full of thousands of people? Eating by yourself. Now, I'm not saying ditch your friends forever, but one day, just one, request a table for one. The host might look at you like you're the most mysterious person alive, which, let's be honest, is the vibe we're all going for. And then the magic happens. You sit down. No small talk, no debates about appetizers, no listening to your cousin explain, again, why she's gluten sensitive but not gluten intolerant. It's just you, your ocean view, and the freedom to order 3 desserts without judgment. You want a second soup? Do it. You want to stare blankly at the sea for 40 minutes while slowly eating cheesecake? This is your moment. Some of the best cruise vibes come from pausing the social circus and just letting the ship feed you while you pretend you're starring in a solo travel documentary no one asked for. It's peaceful, it's powerful, and it gives you just enough space to actually recharge before you go back to pretending you enjoy group trivia. Before we get to the next tip, if you're enjoying these feel-good cruise vibes so far, click that like button and drop a cruise for you in the comments. I read them all, and I'll reply with a huge thank you for your support. Tip 5. Say yes to weird cruise activities. Cruise ships are like floating cities, run by event planners who had 3 Red Bulls and said, "Let's make people fold napkins for fun." And weirdly, it works. There's something beautifully ridiculous about saying yes to cruise activities that, on land, you'd never touch. On land, no thanks, I don't do karaoke. At sea, yes, I will sing Bohemian Rhapsody in front of strangers while wearing a feather boa, and I might win a keychain for it. Go to the trivia night about flags. Try the line dancing class even if your coordination is legally questionable. Join the scavenger hunt and pretend it's a high-stakes espionage mission. Lean into the nonsense. That's where the joy is. You'll laugh, you'll cringe, and you'll come away with stories like, "I once waltzed with a retiree named Barbara dressed as a lobster during the 80s night, and I don't regret a second." Because here's the secret. The sillier it sounds on paper, the more likely it is to become one of your favorite memories. Also, if you're lucky, some of these activities include free champagne. And suddenly, you're a napkin-folding legend. Tip 6. Spend one entire day doing absolutely nothing. This one is criminally underrated. On every cruise, there's that frantic energy of must-do-it-all. Should we zipline through a rainforest? Let's do 3 trivia sessions back-to-back and hit the pool before lunch. How many excursions is too many excursions? And that's when you look around and go, "No, not today, Satan. Today, I lounge." Pick a sea day, turn off the alarm, forget the schedule, become one with the deck chair. Let time melt. Let other people race to activities. You're in sloth mode. You nap, you sip. You float in and out of consciousness like a well-fed sea lion. Your biggest decision is, lounger facing sun or shade. You read 2 pages of a book and then give up. You stare at clouds. You let the staff wonder if you've been abandoned. And when someone asks, "What did you do today?" you just smile and say, "Nothing." Absolutely glorious nothing. Because in real life, doing nothing feels lazy. But on a cruise, it feels like a luxury you forgot existed. Tip 7. Befriend a crew member, but genuinely. Now before you get excited, no, this isn't about trying to score free drinks or inside gossip about the captain's karaoke habits. This is about genuine connection. Because behind every mimosa, every perfectly made towel swan, every "good morning, ma'am" that makes you feel fancy, there's a crew member who's been working their butt off with a smile that deserves a freaking medal. Take a moment to talk to them, ask their name, learn where they're from. Don't treat them like your personal genie. Say something more interesting than, "Wow, it must be fun to work on a cruise ship." Spoiler, it's not always margaritas and sunsets. And here's the magic part. When you actually make a connection, you get little cruise sparkles in return. A barista who remembers your weird coffee order. A room steward who leaves you a folded animal holding a note. A waiter who brings you the good dessert because you asked how his day was going. It turns your cruise from a transaction into a memory. And honestly, Some of these folks have better stories than half the passengers on board. Talk to them, thank them properly, and maybe, just maybe, they'll teach you how to fold a towel into a ninja. Tip 8. Explore the ship at night, when everyone's sleeping. So it's 2 a.m. The ship is quiet. The buffet is closed. The pool deck is empty. And for once, you can walk through the atrium without hearing Sweet Caroline on repeat. This is when the cruise ship feels completely different. There's something oddly thrilling about wandering around the ship after hours. No crowds, no noise, just the soft thrum of the engines, a few blinking lights, and the vibe of a haunted spa resort. In a good way, you might pass a lone crew member restocking towels, or stumble upon a couple slow dancing on an empty deck like it's a Nicholas Sparks scene sponsored by Unlimited Cocktails. You might even discover a weird hallway that doesn't lead anywhere and wonder if you've crossed into the Twilight Zone, buffet edition. But the best part? It feels like the ship is yours. You can sit in your secret chair, watch the water under the moonlight, and just exist, without being jostled by people in matching cruise shirts asking where the trivia is. So stay up late, go for a little explore, pretend you're in a cruise-themed version of Home Alone. Just don't try to sneak into the crew-only areas. They will catch you, and you're not charming enough to talk your way out of that one. Tip 9. Create a mini ritual just for you. Cruises are chaos in the best way. Food everywhere, events every hour, announcements trying to sell you diamonds when you just want a nap. So what keeps you grounded in the madness? A tiny, weird, beautiful ritual that's just for you. Maybe it's grabbing a coffee and sitting in the same chair every morning, pretending you're the ship's unofficial mayor. Maybe it's a pre-dinner glass of wine on the balcony, where you practice the ancient art of judging everyone's outfits. Or maybe it's eating 3 hash browns in silence at the buffet before making eye contact with another human. Whatever it is, claim it, repeat it, protect it. That silly little ritual becomes your cruise signature move, your anchor, your happy bubble in a sea of towel animals and pushy excursion sails. Years later, you'll smell ocean air and suddenly crave that exact iced mocha you had every day at 9:17 a.m. on Deck 5, and you'll remember how ridiculously calm and content you felt. That's the stuff that sticks. Tip 10. Be that person who dresses up just because. Theme night? Pirate night? Glow night? Do it. Go full tilt. No regrets. Cruises are one of the only places where you can wear sequins, a captain's hat, and LED shoelaces at the same time and still somehow blend in. And here's the thing. Nobody on a cruise is judging. In fact, the more unhinged your outfit is, the more compliments you get from strangers who are half tipsy and 100% supportive. Put on that dress you swore you'd save for a special occasion. Rock that Hawaiian shirt with the flamingos playing poker. Paint your face like a glittery sea witch and enter the costume contest like your mortgage depends on it. Because cruises are about escaping your normal life, and that includes your sensible wardrobe. Go big, be weird, and own it. You'll feel amazing. Your photos will be epic, and you'll walk around like you run the Lido deck. Worst case, you accidentally start a conga line. Best case, you become a cruise legend known only as the guy with the cape. Tip 11. Stay on the ship when everyone else gets off, at least once. This is the holy grail of cruise peace. One morning, when the ship docks and everyone rushes to go sweat their way through some overpriced excursion, stay behind. Don't even get off. Smile politely as they line up with their backpacks, sun hats, and regret. Then do absolutely nothing. And enjoy it. Because suddenly, this massive ship that usually feels like a floating theme park, it's practically empty. No pool chair wars, no line at the omelet station, no one cannonballing next to you with their GoPro strapped to their forehead. You get the hot tub to yourself. You get quiet lounges with no background noise. You get waitstaff who actually have time to chat with you. And if you sit still long enough, you might even hear the sweet, unfamiliar sound of silence. It feels exclusive. VIP. Like you paid for a private yacht experience, but without the millionaire tax bracket. And the best part, when everyone returns sunburnt, exhausted, and grumpy from whatever overly ambitious tour they booked, you're glowing, refreshed, emotionally superior. You sipped, you soaked, you napped with your book open to the same page for 2 hours, and honestly, you won the day. Sometimes the best port day isn't a port day at all. And hey, if you thought these feel-good cruise tips were good, Wait till you see the 11 cruise tricks they hope you don't find out. Seriously, it's juicy. Click the end screen, and I'll see you over there.